Okay, so the difference between consistency and texture. Consistency is viscosity. Consistency is flow rate, how something flows. Now, that is a description of the physical aspect of the thing, how it can be like, how it interacts with being poured, how it interacts with being scooped, that sort of thing. Now, texture is a feeling. It's a qualitative mouthfeel that basically how I would describe it is like when you touch your hands on something and you rub your fingers across it, you feel that sensation of the little bumps and grooves of the whatever you're touching, and that sensation going through your nerves to your brain is basically um, is that textured feeling, the interaction between your hand, your nerves, and an object or a liquid or whatever you're doing. Now the overlap, and why it's so funny that this question keeps coming up and people are so confused about it, is because consistency affects texture, and therefore texture is very closely related to consistency, and it basically makes it so that if your consistency is off, that means your texture is off, and therefore they're both kind of the same thing in some ways, but they're not the same thing, because consistency is describing the physical properties of the liquid, while texture is describing like a structural nature of the liquid. So for example, the graininess of a valuté is basically created. So a valuté is a roux, which is butter and flour equal parts cooked down in a pot, slightly browned to eliminate some chalkiness of the flour. And then once it's kind of lightly blonde, basically the roux, then you pour in some.
Okay, so it started off with a simple question online, but it's been pretty crazy, I will say. Russell Westbrook, the best basketball player around, liked one of the comments or commented, and he had a really good question too. Okay, quick PSA after saying all that. I just realized that is not the real Russell Westbrook. Okay, quickly, how to make a velouté. First I'm just heating up some turkey stock because I have no chicken stock. And I'm just slightly warming that up, and then I'm gonna strain it into the sauce here. Basically, first you make a roux with half parts butter and flour. First you melt down the butter. Now I'm gonna put this on medium low and just let that slowly get up to temp. And then I'm gonna put half cup of flour, half cup of butter. Honestly, I just eyeballed this butter. I don't know if it's half cup. I don't want to spend too much time on this. And then I think what I'm gonna do is just make a quick velouté, and then I'm just gonna heat up some turkey from Christmas dinner and pour it over the turkey with a mustard horseradish sauce. So basically, velouté is the base, and then you can add certain ingredients to make the flavors of the savory velouté kind of pop a little bit more. And so let's start here. Quick side note, I added a little bit of turkey fat into here. And the reason being, I just kind of wanted to add a little bit more flavor. I don't know if that was a good idea, but we'll see. Just kind of break this butter down because I'm impatient. But basically, you just want to slowly heat it up. And basically, you don't want it to separate in any sense. And so you just want that light, kind of, I don't know, creamy color you see here. Because basically a velouté, the color should be kind of like a light yellow. And so the whole idea is kind of the color of the roux, the toastiness of the flour and butter mixture,
and the light color of the melted butter mixed with the light colors of the stock will give it kind of like a nice little sheen. And so basically that's all we're looking for here. And so this is starting to melt. It actually looks like it's melting a little bit too fast, so I'm gonna lower the heat. And basically you just want this as gentle as possible. And then when we're gonna start to heat up the flour, the 1 cup to 1 cup ratio, it will also be cooked very gentle until it's kind of, basically with flour, you want the chalkiness to get eliminated. Because with the roux, flour has kind of like, I don't know, a very bitter, like, I don't know how to describe it, like kind of like a, you know, dust flavor. And you just kind of want to toast it a little bit so you get kind of like a little bit more of kind of a muted umami flavor. Okay, and so this is actually almost ready. I'm gonna jump into it and actually just pour this in early. Normally you just kind of want to wait till all the butter's melted down, and this might be a bad idea again, but I should have sifted this. I forgot to. Basically you want to sift your flour so that there's no big clumps, and I think so. I think there's not enough fat, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more. And it's probably because it wasn't melted down fully, but basically I'm just gonna try to, oh, the heat's too low. Okay. Okay, now that it's melted down a bit more, you can see the little bit of glossiness and you see these bright yellow tones. That's kind of what you're looking for there. And you just want to like mix with your spoon, kind of, I like over mixing as much as possible, just so that you get these beautiful shiny colors and really incorporate the fat and the flour. And so we're just gonna put that there. There you go. And do you see how beautiful that shine is and how the color of this is starting to be a little bit more golden? That's kind of almost exactly what we're looking for. And honestly, I should be putting in my stock kind of almost immediately. And so I'm just gonna start doing that in a sec. Okay, I don't know how to film this part. Fudge. I'm not putting in a glass cup. There's water in the cup. Just pour that out. It's really a bad idea. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Okay. So valuté, you see this beautiful kind of, now here's where the consistency comes in, right? You can see the way it flows and it drips. That's the consistency. Now, if you look closely, you can see the flour's grainy texture here. The fine grains of this, kind of like very, very buttery, very savory. And so you want to start adding, I'm just gonna sift this a little bit of stock at a time. And basically you don't want it too hot to separate. Looks like I might have made it a little bit hot. Might be splitting shit. Yeah, I fucked it up. God damn it. Ah. That's how you ruin a valuté. Okay, so I poured some more stock in. It looks like it's, I mean, it's not the best color actually. So this kind of, I kind of messed this up a little bit just because I'm using turkey stock and I didn't filter it. And so now you can see that the texture, there's like little bits of like fat and turkey in it. But you can see that the color is kind of different from a chicken velouté here because it's a little bit darker. Now, this is actually almost the perfect consistency for a velouté because you can see that it separates down the middle. Therefore, it's probably done for that. Now, what I like to do with a velouté is, you know, especially if you mess it up like I probably did, is sometimes like maybe filtering it through something. But like this kind of like texture is like almost exactly kind of what I'm looking for, that, you know, when you put your finger through it, you want that it to kind of like slowly go back together. And you see how when you put your finger through it, this is kind of a test for showing how viscous or consistent the liquid is. And so this flavor is insane with this turkey stock. Okay, so we got our velouté here. It's actually insanely flavorful and just delicious. Something I forgot to mention, terrible idea here, but is basically white wine should be incorporated to give it a little bit more acidity. But I just kind of decided not to because it doesn't really make sense. Another thing is I decided not to strain this because it's not really... I mean, I'm just doing this for myself, but it doesn't matter. But basically, you just want it like as, you know, clear, free of bumps. You see these little bumps and marks here? That's not at all what you want. You want it perfectly uniform. Another quick thing, I made a little mustard, kind of like Dijon, horseradish sauce, that's kind of like sour and savory, and then adding it to the chicken. Sorry, I'm gonna put it on turkey and just see how that tastes. So right now we've got savory sour, and then we're gonna have salty with the turkey. And okay, and yeah, it does kind of look bad, but it's a velouté. Deal with it. Oh my god. So this turkey actually is amazing. So turkey's cooked perfectly from Thanksgiving or Christmas. And the sauce, I put mustard and just like a little bit of horseradish. And the flavors are just insanely awesome. It's salty, savory, sour, and it really goes well with kind of the fatty saltiness of the turkey. And so, yeah, simple velouté. And then quick sauce to make it. So I'm not going to leave any descriptions because I just made a random sauce. But what I'd suggest is just going to follow, FALLOW. They have a great video on how to make a velouté. I'll leave it in the description. And then can you also subscribe to the original person who posted their video? They did a great job, and it seems like they're in school, so you should support them. And thank you very much for watching this. This is a, spur of the moment idea. And yeah, I don't know, this was really fun. I might do more stuff like this. Thank you.